Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Dan Raz, who is here on behalf of City of Hope. Well, Dr. Raz, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So you're a thoracic surgeon for City of Hope. I have never met you, and I don't think our viewers have met you either. So would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm a thoracic surgeon, which means that I am a surgeon that mainly operates on lung cancer. I'm also a scientist. I do a lot of research on new cures for lung cancer, how we can make lung cancer screening better for people so that we can catch lung cancer early when it can be cured. And I'm also the father of 3 beautiful boys.
Oh, wow. Starting your basketball team.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. And how long have you been with the City of Hope?
I've been here now almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, they're making some amazing strides in, lung cancer treatments as well as a whole. I just actually was speaking with Annette Walker not too long ago, and we just talk a lot about, the various cancers that are out there. And it is frightening, but there is also lots of hope on the horizon. So lung cancer, how popular or how often does it happen?
Well, most people don't realize this, but lung cancer is far and away the most common cause of cancer death in both men and women. So lung cancer actually kills more people than colon cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and pancreatic cancer combined.
Wow.
So it's a huge problem. But the good news is that, number one, there is something called lung cancer screening, which detects lung cancer early when it can be cured. And number two, just over the past 10 years, we've made incredible breakthroughs where what used to be, really something not curable, something not really treatable, has now a lot of different options for people, even in the advanced stages.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, because with those kinds of numbers, it's frightening. And most people, I think, well, ones that I've talked to anyway, is that, oh, lung cancer, I won't get that. I didn't smoke for 30 years.
Right. And anyone can get lung cancer. Obviously having smoked, is a huge risk factor for lung cancer. And most people nowadays who develop lung cancer used to smoke. Some continue to smoke, but there's also a lot of people who've never smoked cigarettes who have been getting lung cancer. And that's actually on the rise, which is quite frightening.
What do they think the cause is of that?
We don't really know. Definitely things like secondhand smoke exposure raise your risk of lung cancer, but really so does everything that kind of inhaling any kind of smoke. So things like air pollution, fires, all of these kinds of things probably also increase the risk. It's really hard to pinpoint when someone develops lung cancer exactly why they developed lung cancer, unless there's something really obvious.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking, since you said smoke, a lot of people now are smoking marijuana. And so I wondered if that is also an effect, or can have effect on their lungs.
Yeah, probably. The difference between marijuana and tobacco smoke is usually when people are smoking cigarettes, they're smoking, many, many, many cigarettes a day, pack a day, 2 packs a day. So it's really more about, the amount of risk exposure. Inhaling any kind of smoke is going to be bad for you. It's just a question of how much, and that kind of increases your risk. And there's probably also just things about different individuals that raise their risk of cancer when they do get exposed to things like that.
Right, right. You mentioned screening. What are some of the screenings that you can do now? Is it something that your primary care doctor can do, or is that a specialist?
Yes. So there's something called lung cancer screening, which is done with a CT scan of the chest. And we like to use what's called a low dose radiation CT scan that just cuts back the potential, radiation exposure from the scans. It's a really simple test. It's actually, the actual test takes just a few seconds. It's done in a single breath hold, and it's great at preventing lung cancer. The problem is very few people know about this. So very few people who smoke or used to smoke know about lung cancer screening. And more primary care physicians are starting to order the test, but even amongst primary care doctors, not a lot of them are ordering the test very frequently. And so I want to really get the word out to people, who smoke, who used to smoke, or who have loved ones who smoke or used to smoke, that there's this great test that can really prevent a death from lung cancer.
Okay. Now, now you mentioned smokers and a variety of other things, but I guess the thing that I'd like to know is that what if somebody wasn't smoking or they didn't have smoking in their history? Do they still need to request a lung cancer screening?
Right now, lung cancer screening is only really available or, paid for by insurance, et cetera, and recommended by medical societies for people who smoke or used to smoke.
Okay.
But you're absolutely right. There's a huge need for people who haven't smoked who still have some risk factors for lung cancer. And that's something that we're working on with research through, scans for people who have other risk factors, new experimental blood tests that help to kind of determine the risk for cancer. But right now, the guidelines are for people who are age 50 and older who have a history of smoking.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, if there are viewers out there who are in this situation, how can City of Hope help them?
Well, we do offer lung cancer screening at our Newport Beach location. There are other sites that offer lung cancer screening, and there's a great website by what's called the Go-To Foundation, which is one of the big lung cancer patient advocacy groups.
Okay.
Where you can find, other places close to home. But City of Hope offers lung cancer screening at Newport Beach, at Duarte. We're going to be offering in Corona starting in January, which is not quite Orange County, but on the way to Orange County. But we are here to help. And, I really want to get across that it's really something important to do if you or your loved one smoked or currently smokes.
Right. Now, currently smoked, I understand that City of Hope has a program that can help people stop smoking.
Yeah, we have a great smoking cessation program that's run by one of our nurse practitioners, John McAlintal. He's wonderful, very experienced, and a team including Brian Type, who's a pulmonologist, and Sophia Young, who's our coordinator. And they just do a really phenomenal job. They can do one-on-one counseling. They have virtual group counseling. We're really flexible because we know how hard it is for people to stop smoking. But if you smoke, quitting smoking is like the number one thing you can do for your health, not just to prevent the risk of lung cancer, but also risk of things like cardiovascular disease too.
Exactly. Now, one last thing, if someone is diagnosed with cancer, we've talked to many people from City of Hope. So let me just get your perspective.
Yeah, first of all, I want to just say how much I love working at City of Hope and what a great environment it is for patients. We have just the most incredible team, not just the doctors, but the nurses working there, the parking attendants, everyone really committed to helping people with cancer. But I think that when someone's diagnosed with cancer, one of the things that's really helpful is to go somewhere where you're getting the latest and greatest, the best opinions from the most skilled doctors from the get-go, even if it seems like it's a really straightforward situation, because it's all very tricky. Cancer, it's just a big deal. And, sometimes things don't go the way you think they are going to go. And having a great team is just really important to navigate all of that.
All right. Well, I've met many of you and I would have to agree. So thank you so much. And thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
And if you want more information about what we've just discussed, you can go to cityofhope.org/OC. We'll be right back.